Hey everyone. So yeah, the Grand Chaos raid event. People are having troubles with it, and I can see why this is the case. Because the boss cannot be broken in defense and spirit, and it just takes longer to do this properly. And for some, they are not even able to one-shot this boss. Now, I should mention that my team is a little bit more expensive, but usually what I actually do is just press repeat, and it usually took me just one geared main damage dealer and it would be done. But even for me now, with good gear, this takes 2 turns now. I technically could do this in 1 turn, but I wouldn't probably be able to cap damage. And I'd need a second way of filling LB gauge, which I don't have with this team at least. And I like full bonus units. As you can see, I do have 3 Neo Visions and 2 40% units. I don't have Sarah, sadly. At NV, I only have 3 Sarah copies. She'd be great, but I don't have her for that matter. So, my base Lightning, she's not really good at all. As you can see, she doesn't even need any gear. And I EX +1 her because her LB, what it does is 25% lightning amplification for the whole team, which is pretty good. And it just boosts damage for the other party members. Excuse me. Radiant Lightning, I actually geared her for damage, as you can see. She's at, as a beast, 175 beast killer. Not too much, I just wanted some gear on her. I just threw anything together, really. That's pretty much all there is, not using her Brave Shift or anything. It's just her bolting strike frames that I'm using. And obviously, Savior of Souls Lightning. I hope you pulled for her. I made it pretty clear that she's super strong and you should have her. And yeah, she's going to be the one to do pretty much all of the damage here. Wearing Quadra Katana, I could use the Beast Killing Katana, but Quadra Katana has variants, it's two-handed, yada yada yada, it's pretty good anyway. So she's at 275 Beast, 275 LB, which is fairly good. I didn't run this through the builder, by the way, just threw this together, thinking, who cares? Alright, well, Vanille doesn't have anything, and same goes for Lumina. So I'm using whatever Neo Vision Lightning friend I can get. And let me just show you how my strat works, or my way of doing this works. Let's hope the game doesn't crash, it runs slowly. Anyway, let me see, can I reload? No. Okay, so Lumina on turn 1 is using her LB fill LB boost. Vanille, although she can't break defense and spirit on this, or you cannot at all, it's still good to break attack and magic on the boss. Make sure that everyone has more than roughly 12,000 HP left, or 12,000 HP in total, as the boss is going to hit us. Lightning, base lightning, is going to shift an LB for the lightning amplification. Oops, that's the wrong shift. Radiant Lightning is just using a triple Gestalt with Buster Impulse, and both Neo Vision Lightnings are using ADB charge to fully fill their LB gauge. And this works 100% of the time, and the boss is going to jump, which, as you can see, takes off some HP, and since everyone on the party is hit, one lightning will always fill the rest of the LB gauge with some things you just do. So on the second turn, I know going to turn 2 on raid events isn't really ideal, but it does make sense here, as you will see in just a second. So we can just reload Radiant Lightning. Base Lightning is using her Blade of Thunder in her that is Bolting Strike, and Bolting Strike plus double Absolute Mirror of Equity changes to 100 in this case. I don't know if I can do this on the PC very well. I know I can on the phone. It never failed me so far. So let's see if I click quickly enough. But this looks good. Yeah, and as you can see, 100 chain, and the new damage score to get maximum points is 1 billion. We did 2.6 billion. The highest I've seen was 4 billion so far, but that was with a good friend who had Beast Killer equipped. And what's cool about the strat is, and that's why I left 2 charges of this of the raid up. So once you've done this, put in all the commands, right? You just look for another friend. Let me just use the filter here. Is it still? Yep, that's the correct filter. So I just pick whichever. I know Rook's lightning is pretty good, so the score should be quite nice as well. And what I'm gonna do all the time now is just press reload on these 3, shift this light, the base lightning, use the LB, which is pretty quick and easy, as you can see. It really doesn't take, I mean, it still takes more time than just pressing repeat, but I feel like this is as fast as it gets. And it's fail safe, nothing's ever going to fail here, so I can just press repeat for the radiant lightning, press the LB twice, use Blade of Thunder, and just go like this, click away the limit burst animation, and we're done pretty much. So it's roughly half a minute per run. From my point of view, this is fine, this is absolutely acceptable, and it just gives out so much more points than the previous raid events. I'm probably in a minority here when it comes to the Reddit threads I've read. I like the more points. I mean, check out the points I've accumulated so far, and it's just day 2, right? And I'm almost at I'm at 2.3 million already, and getting 2.3 million on the regular raid was really something else. It just took like 4 or 5 days, maybe even more, and it took you. I think it took you a full week without level ups or anything to get to the to the final reward, which is 3.75 million. And now I'm probably gonna get this by tomorrow, which is awesome. And I'm one of those guys who really takes it up to the maximum. I grind this out for the full days. I always empty all the raid orbs, unless I'm sleeping, obviously. But yeah, I like raid events per se. Now, if you don't have lightning, a Near Vision lightning, for example, I mean, some of you skipped her, I know, which is a bad idea, mind you. But if you don't have her, you can easily change her for Fang, who is also a very strong contender. She got recently buffed. So yeah, Graceful Champion Fang, here she is. You will definitely go to turn 2 with her, as you should be using her new jump. I don't think, I haven't leveled her, sadly. And as you can see, I didn't even enhance her. I think it's High Wind. One of her jumps has been increased in damage significantly, and she's a good substitute. And with good gear, and good gear means free STMR, sadly, you can easily reach the 1 billion score. And that means maximum damage. The rest doesn't really matter. It's just that you have to go to turn 2, right? Because you would jump on turn 1 with her and land on turn 2 into a chain. But the rest of it, that's all there is to it. I mean, there are strategies to do this in 1 turn. And if you don't mind losing on some points, you could actually just substitute, say, what's her name? Daughter of Destiny Vanille for, say, Terra. You're using Lumina anyway, and Lumina fills Terra's LB gauge almost entirely, so use, say, Call of the Wild in base form for Terra, and it fills her LB gauge entirely. You shift your LB into a chain, and you get more than 1 billion points. You lose though, more than 1 billion damage. You lose some raid event coins, but that's all there is, right? So if you really want to do this in 1 turn, Terra is probably the easiest way. Or you use a turn 2 strat, which I'm using, or there's probably other ways to do this in one turn too. I haven't found out yet, to be honest. I think this strat just works for me personally. I don't mind taking half a minute to a minute for this run. It's still quick, it just gives out so much more raid coins, and I really personally don't mind. Alright, well, that's about it. What do you guys think about the new raid format? Are you happy about it? Let me know in the comments. Well, thank you all for watching, and we'll see each other in the next one. Bye bye.